Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. In this episode of ExcaliburCCGTV, we're taking a look at the new comics hitting shelves May 8th, 2013. Keep watching. Hello again, Randy here, Chris. We're here at Excalibur in Shreveport, and we're taking a look at the new comics hitting shelves this week that you may be picking up, may not know about, may want to check out. There's a couple of some number ones hitting the shelves that I'm interested in particular. So we're going to just go through the line. Let's start with DC. Let's start with DC Comics and what's coming out this week. People may want to know about. What do you got on your list?
Sorry, I'm transfixed by your facial hair there that you're growing. Woo, not used to it. He's always clean as a baby's bottom or whatever, shaved like a baby, soft as a baby's bottom. All right.
I just woke up.
All right, Batman number 20 comes out. This
Yes.
right here, they haven't really told us a whole lot about what's going to be in it. There's just like a surprise team up. They said something we've been waiting for. So,
well, it's supposed to be like I heard it's supposed to be like a prelude to the 0 year. Because the next issue is 0 year. So,
right.
We'll see. I mean,
yeah, but they've been a little secretive. But all they say is that there's a big team up to expect in this. Also coming out is Batman and Red Robin number 20. He's going through his stages of grief right now.
Red Hood.
Sorry, Red Robin was the previous issue. Red Hood.
Yeah.
So he went through his first stage of grieving. He's going to be he was trying to resurrect Damian Wayne last issue. So we'll see what happens this issue when Red Hood steps into the picture. Yeah,
that's I can see that being a twister right there, man. I mean, just the mental.
Well, they just managed to repair a lot of the relationship, the strained relationship there between Jason Todd and Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So it could be one of the more meaningful ones, possibly as meaningful as, say, Dick Grayson trying to talk with him there. So we'll find out just what goes on tomorrow. We have our first wrap-up of Rider on Green Lantern with Green Lantern Corps number 20.
And that's Peter Tomasi, right?
Tomasi will be finishing up his run, and that's going to be taking a look at the after effects of what happened with the Wrath of the First Lantern.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I've read it. I don't recall exactly how they wrapped it up, but we'll see how they deal with the after effects of it. So what else from DC that you're
I'll be checking out Justice League of America number 3.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. The series so far, it's keeping me entertained, so I'm willing to give it. I'm kind of like on an issue-by-issue basis, but I'm still willing to give it a go and check it out.
I just want Catwoman to zip up. It gets cold out there. That's all I'm saying.
Please, DC.
Please, Catwoman. Please, David Finch. And a little bit of excitement. We have the new creative team taking over here on Suicide Squad number 20. So Alice Knott will be jumping on board with that issue as writer. So, and the big shocker there is that they have a new team leader with the Unknown Soldier.
He's going to be the team leader?
He's the team leader. He showed up at the end of the last run, and so we'll see what exactly is going on there. He just kind of stepped in and said, "Hey, I'm taking over."
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that should be interesting.
Shocker.
That's kind of cool to have a new writer come on and hit you with that kind of drastic change.
Right.
And that to me, that excites me. So I'm going to take a peek to that, to be honest with you, and see what's going on.
Talented writer stepping on board there should be good.
Cool. Anything else for DC?
DC, that's pretty much my list right now.
That's me for DC. Moving on to Marvel. Engage number 1. Guys, we've talked about DC Comics hitting the shelves this week. Now we're moving on to Marvel. What do you want to hit first, Randy?
We get a break from everything that's been going on, New Universe, New Universal, whatever you want to call it, with Avengers number 11. In that, it's going to be a different crew of the Avengers being led by, I think, Shang-Chi. That's going to be in Hong Kong there. So it's kind of like where we've had the break from Age of Ultron for a week. We've got a break from New Universal to just check out something a little different.
Yeah.
It's a neat cover to me because it has them all in kind of samurai gear there. So I want to see what exactly is going on in that issue.
And I think it's cool that because I know that Shang-Chi got introduced, a while back as being an Avenger, and I didn't know if that was continue with Jonathan Hickman because in this tapestry that he seems to be weaving, Shang-Chi, I mean, he's a normal guy. I mean, he's a martial artist and one of the best in the Marvel Universe, but to me, it's interesting that he's keeping him in and he's still keeping him in play. And even had a couple issues past, he was like counseling the universe.
Right.
That was really
that was
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was really cool. So
Captain Universe. There.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm Jonathan Hickman so far is killing it for me on Avengers and New Avengers. So
yeah, both of those have been awesome. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Also coming out, we have a slight break with not getting the main Age of Ultron story, but we have Age of Ultron tie-in with us. What is it? This Avengers Assemble number 15.
An AU issue.
That's an AU issue,
okay.
And that is going to be one. Last one took a look at Black Widow and how she dealt with the world falling apart, literally pretty much falling apart there, and so we have now Captain Britain, and it's going to be Captain Marvel, who just happens to be over there, and them teaming up to try to figure out what's with all this craziness. So we're going to get an answer as to why Captain Marvel has not been seen with the other Avengers in the Age of Ultron, because there's a powerhouse that you would think would have survived and been right there, but we want to see why not.
Exactly. And with the Wolverine, the X-Men AU issue, that issue to me kind of gave more importance to checking out these AU issues and reading them, because with that, especially with that Wolverine and the X-Men issue, that lent a lot of story to what was going on with Age of Ultron. So I'll definitely be checking out this new Avengers Assembled AU.
Well, I feel like that one was the first one that had the ability to say, we want to show current characters what they're currently doing. With some of the other AUs, they've had character changes or some drastic things go on that in their books didn't fit this Age of Ultron story. So they took these AU issues to fill in the gap, so to speak. And with Avengers Assembled, the great thing about that is it's been able to take a look at the Age of Ultron and say, well, look at what was happening to these characters pre-Age of Ultron right up until that point, which is neat. But that Wolverine was interesting because it took place smack dab in the middle of this story. Yes. And had some pretty significant importance.
Yeah, I mean that's a
what
key.
Was going on.
Yeah, that's a key AU issue. That's, to me, that was So totally. So be sure and check out that as well. Hey, Thor: God of Thunder.
That's right. I knew you were going to mention that one. That's one of your favorite. Number 8 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean we're starting the God Bomb storyline.
Well, this is issue 2 of it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just getting started into that. And if you haven't been on the Thor: God of Thunder bandwagon, you have got to get on board. It is fantastic. Jason Aaron and Asad Ribic primarily Asad Ribic's been the artist. It was one fill-in issue, and it doesn't take away from the overall story. It gives you more. It gives you an origin story of the main bad guy of Gore the God Butcher. But if you're missing it, you've got to check it out.
I wasn't sure if you could continue on with one story there with the God Butcher. What was it? I am drawing a blank on his name.
Gore.
But they're expanding it. They're showing you, hey, there's more to this guy. He's not a one-trick pony as far as stories go. And Jason Aaron, he has times where I've kind of been let down by some things he's done for Marvel Comics. This is not one of those.
No.
This is a character that he has a hold of and knows exactly what to do with him.
Exactly. It's been great.
Some other books worth noting that are coming out here, some fan favorites. Deadpool comes out with issue number 9, and Wolverine comes out with issue number 3. Both big fan favorites there.
Yeah, I'm on board with Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally digging Alan Davis. I can't get enough of Alan Davis.
One of the all-time greats.
Yeah, exactly. His Wolverine is epic. So.
And Paul Cornell is one of those writers that he's a workhorse. He churns out great stories. Issue after issue, but is still kind of under the radar with a lot of people. They don't know his name.
Yeah.
They don't know, just how talented that Cornell is.
Yeah.
So, if you're not checking out Wolverine, that is one that it's only 3 issues into it.
Yeah.
They find it, pick it up.
Also for me, Avengers Arena.
Oh yes, we have we get to see Apex on the loose in this.
Oh, okay.
So we've kind of been hinting around that with this character, we're going to see just how deadly she can be. And
yes, I'm looking forward to that.
so I personally love the twist that they did previously with Kate and what was her alter ego, Tim or something like that, in the snow. Did you come on? She falls down in the snow, and when she gets up, she's a dude.
I guess I missed that, man.
Oh, how did you miss that? That was great. That's one of those things like, okay, wait, something that you've added a curveball here to me. What's going on?
I got to reread it.
Yeah,
so there we go.
See if you picked up that issue.
I'll have to.
That was one of those things. I don't know how you missed that. It happens to all of us.
It might have been late when I was reading it, and I probably passed out, to be honest with you. But now I'll double check it.
It happens to all of us. I just had a book here that I was looking at. Wait, I don't recall what was going on in this story. So we always forget if we read too much.
And actually, let's see, what else for me? There was, Uncanny Avengers is still continuing, so I'll be checking that out as well.
Uncanny Avengers.
Remender has brought a lot of the weirdness and alternative his style from Uncanny X-Force over to Uncanny Avengers for me. I'm seeing, because there are even some characters that he has even pulled from there and brought over into this comic for the team to fight and battle against, and I totally dug Uncanny X-Force that he wrote.
Yeah, that current story arc in Uncanny Avengers ties in directly to things he wrote about.
Exactly. The only thing that would make Uncanny Avengers even better for me is if he had Jerome Pena coming back on and do the art for what he's doing now. But, that's beside the point. But anyway, Uncanny Avengers as well this week, so be sure and check that out if you aren't already. Mm-hmm. Anything else for you for Marvel?
I think I've spoken about every single Marvel book that I could possibly speak about.
And now we're moving on. All right, guys, we've looked at DC, we looked at Marvel. Now we're going to take a look at Image, Dark Horse, and some of the other ones coming out this week. Let's start off with Uber, #1 from Avatar Press.
That's right. Nazis are hot this year.
Nazis are big.
Nazis are in. And
in comics.
they're not. I'm not going to say Nazis are good, but Nazis are in comics. They are the new vampire, the new zombie, or something. We have tons of books coming out about them. This Uber just happens to be about super-powered Nazis in kind of an alternate history timeline there.
Exactly. Zero issue came out a while back. Now #1 taking the shelf. Kieran Gillen, writer of Iron Man, is writing that. It's his own creator-owned series. Kanan White on art, taking a look at Ubermensch.
That's right. He's also killing it on Young Avengers there. We can't forget to
Kieran Gillen on Young Avengers.
Drop the name. #1 is already sold out. So that's one of those things, fight over who gets that last issue that's sitting on the shelves there, because they will go from the shelves.
We have seen it. I've seen it. I saw it just the other week with the last issue of an issue of Saga, an issue of
East of West.
It's gone. It's gone. So we'll address that here at the end of the video. But moving on, let's go on to Image.
Right. Big one from Image this week. I could say The Walking Dead, but I'm actually really looking forward to Chin Music. Chin Music is Steve Niles' new book. He's teaming up with Tony Harris on art there. Tony Harris from Ex Machina, and he just finished up, I think, the JSA, the Whistling Skull book for DC Comics. That is a book that has time travel. We're not going to get into talking about that again, but time travel. It has to deal with kind of the Prohibition era Chicago. There's demons involved with it, gangsters. This guy is, for some reason, he's on the run. There's all sorts of goodness in it. They describe it as like the most violent book that you'll pick up off the shelf there. But you know, when you get Steve Niles,
exactly,
with, you know, the talent that he has there, and you get Tony Harris with his beautiful arts, that's
exactly.
going to be a book that I'm looking forward to that just as much as I was 10 grand.
Yeah.
And 10 grand was worth it. This one will be worth it too.
Yeah, some people have mentioned there's some slight similarities, but I'm going to check out Chin Music just to see, because like you said, especially for me, Tony Harris.
Right.
No, I'm definitely going to check that out. Also, there was Walking Dead 110.
110. Who knows what they're going to throw at us this issue, because Robert Kirkman is always very quiet about what the next issue is going to deal with with his solicitation. So we could be looking at Rick and his group, Ezekiel. We could be looking at what's going on with Jesus and or Jesus. No, we've got it nailed down now. It is Jesus.
It's Jesus.
It is the Jesus. Yeah, what's going on there and on the hill? So we don't know exactly what's going on. All we know is it's going to be awesome.
And I love the cover. It's got Michonne's blade up against Ezekiel's blade.
That's
looking
right.
sweet. And ever since not the reboot, but ever since issue 100, where the status quo totally changed, I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah.
I mean, I can surmise and speculate, but for me, I'm glad that Robert Kirkman gives us barely anything for the solicits, so that I can pick it up and read it and be surprised. And I wish that more comic companies would try to do that, and less would be leaked. But Walking 10 is consistently a great read. If you're not picking it up,
right,
check it out.
Check it out.
What else have you got from any other companies? You got anything else?
I've also got coming out X #1 is coming out from Dark Horse. That's going to be the Punisher type character that they have. I say that because it's written by Dwayne Swarzynski. He did some Punisher, awesome Punisher run, and it's just kind of an ultra-violent vigilante there. So think about Batman with no
code
qualms about breaking the law or taking someone out. It's going to be good.
Cool. What else you got?
What else? I have off its immensely popular and successful Free Comic Book Day run, Damsels Mermaids 0 flew out of here. #1 comes out for that book from Dynamite. And that has to do with they say the Little Mermaid had her fairy tale ending. However, that's really not how it went. It's not as nice and wonderful and cutesy, marrying the prince and all that. And all I really have to say, this is written by I believe it's written by Alan Moore's daughter.
Yeah.
And her husband. And so, they're just as talented as her father was there with their writing, and they give you a great story every time. So
cool.
They've created this very immense, in-depth fairy tale world in a short amount of time. It doesn't feel like it's just a knockoff of Fables or something, and so now we're going to get to see about a different character besides just Rapunzel.
Oh,
the comic book gods have spoken. There is the talented Leah Moore, who's writing the main story, but this one is being written by Matt Sturgis.
There we go.
And if you're not sure, if you're going, oh no, I don't know, he wrote Jack of Fables, and he's written some awesome stuff for the Fable story from Vertigo Comics. So have faith; it's going to be good.
Check it out. What else you got?
Finally coming up, I don't watch the series, but I have tons of people that watch the series. Grimm #1 comes out. That was another immensely successful and popular book from Free Comic Book Day.
Really? That's
yes.
Cool. Awesome. And I love the series. As a matter of fact, they moved the time slot to earlier in the week, so that's usually a good sign. And I'm totally digging the TV series. I'm going to check out the #1 issue as well.
Yeah. You have anything else coming up here?
No, that's it. That's it for me for this week. We've pretty much hit the highlights.
All right.
Wrapping it up, hey, Free Comic Book Day was a huge success. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. Anything to say about Free Comic Book Day?
I enjoyed it. The costumes look great for those who came in costume. Lots of new faces here, friendly people, and they love the comics there. I was glad to give those comics away to these customers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And be looking forward to that again. Of course, it's every year. So next year we'll be doing it again. And let me just make a polite point. Pre-ordering is your friend. These comics that we talk about to you guys and we tell you that they fly off the shelves, they literally do. I mean, before the end of the day on Wednesdays, there will be blank spots because those issues are popular. You're just finding out about them. Now you're interested in them, but you don't have it on your pull list, and now it's gone. And then you're faced with hoping that we can get some more of the first printing in, or you're stuck with the second printing. And most of the time, it goes to a second printing.
We're going to eBay and buying for 3, 4, 5 times the amount of the first issue when you could have just pre-ordered.
Exactly. So take a look at the solicitation videos that we've done. Come into the shop, pick up a copy of the previews. If our solicitation videos doesn't satisfy whatever it is you're looking for, but most importantly, pre-order and make sure that you have it on your pull list. That way you are guaranteed that you get the new #1 of whatever it is that you're wanting when it comes out. Anything to say about that?
Amen.
Amen indeed. Well, guys, thanks for pressing play. We really appreciate it. We've just surpassed 1,300 views of our YouTube videos, and we can't thank you enough. So with this video, please subscribe, share, and like if we've entertained or informed you in any way. And I'll shave for the next one, I promise you. Until next time, guys, have a great day. We'll see you at ExcaliburCCG.com.